This is the biggest water reservoir we have in Kikuyu constituency. It is the source of all the water that the residents consumes.
We consider Ondiri a very significant wetland. First of all, the location, it's very unique where it is located. It is just adjacent to an urban area, which is Nairobi, which is ever growing, and therefore water demands are going up continuously, and also Kikuyu township. But most important in terms of environment is that Ondiri is the source of Nairobi River.
This area is quite important to me because I've been working on the Nairobi River Basin from Korogosho, Madare River, Ngong River, and it reached a certain point where I was asking myself, I think we were wasting a lot of time in cleaning this river from the lower stage of the river. So I needed to find out where this waste is coming from. Why is it that when this river reaches at the lower stage in Korogosho, it's usually black? So as I was digging information about where the river starts is when I came to learn of Ondiri Wetland, and I came to check on its state and found out that it was in a dire state. It equally needed help in order to raise its conservation status, make the community appreciate the resources that they have, and also make the policy makers, both the national government and in the county government, to come on board to bring in the resources in order to be able to protect these resources that you have here called Ondiri.
The main problem has really been encroachment and degradation from agricultural activities. So people will really build greenhouses along the wetland, use the water without any limits, and also discharge their effluents into the wetland, and that will really lead to soil erosion and also growth of macrophytes that are brought about by the fertilizers and the chemicals they use in their farms. People were harvesting vegetation from the bog and they burn the whole place so that the vegetation can regenerate. Also, people had really planted eucalyptus trees along Ondiri. These eucalyptus trees are known like the green cancer, where these trees normally absorb a lot of water.
We used to meet just around 4 people, but with time the interest started coming in. Members of the community came in, the RUA, the Water Resources Users Association of this place was revived.
When we started this work, we had very dirty water oozing out of this wetland. We have a river here that comes directly from this wetland. It's called Nyongara, and it used to be very dirty. Today, if you go there, you'll even be tempted to drink water from it. We didn't have some birds that are called grey-crested crane birds. These are indicators of a healthy wetland. We have several of those birds. When we started our conservation journey in 2016, there were not those birds. Fodder harvesters had field day every day because they could come and harvest a lot of fodder from here. But now the wetland is intact.
Currently, we have farmers or the riparian landowners who had actually planted eucalyptus trees along the bog. Some of them have opted to cut them down.
The community is benefiting from the wetland. Now they've got a place to come and rest. The people are now able to get clean water. As you can walk around the wetland, now people are fetching water to go and for washing their clothes, the water is now they're now able to use that water for domestic use. Yeah, students or birding enthusiasts, they're now able to come here and take a walk around the wetland to watch birds, monitor the ecosystem, count birds and everything, and also it's a tourism site as well.
Gazettement is one of the ways or the tools or the methods we use to give wetlands in the country enforced protection. So when I mean by gazettement is we designate an area that is fragile, that serves a big population of people, and we decide that that as a country we want to set it aside as a national resource. So gazettement is basically just setting out that resource to be a national resource, as opposed to just a resource of the people living around there.
So by protecting this, it means being able to have so many lives sustained downstream.